power, and the glory forever. Amen. We celebrate Black history, remembering that all history is God's story, God's history. And in this month, we're celebrating in various ways. We want to remember that all history, when it's seen through all different perspectives, we celebrate Black history so we can see God through the eyes of people who, like God's own people, were enslaved. The people of Israel were enslaved and called out of slavery. So people who have been oppressed, enslaved, oppressed, you can be oppressed in many other ways, and then delivered from that oppression, see God in a very different and powerful way. So we celebrate Black History Month.
Banneker. While America shut its doors to black education, he taught himself to read, to calculate numbers, to map the skies. As a young man, he carved a wooden clock by hand that ticked perfectly for decades, proving his genius was undeniable. He turned his eyes to the stars, studying the heavens until he could predict eclipses, tides and seasons with an accuracy that shocked scholars across the Atlantic. His almanacs became famous, respected even by those who denied his humanity. In 1791, Banneker was called to help survey the land that would become Washington, D.C., the nation's capital, built in part by a black man. Yet he wanted more than recognition. He wanted justice. He wrote Thomas Jefferson himself, reminding him that a man who declared all men are created equal could not cling to slavery. Jefferson brushed him aside, but the truth was already spoken. Benjamin Banneker showed that brilliance, courage, and vision were never bound by color.
Good morning, Quest Church. Blessed morning to you all. I am Benjamin Banneker. I want to apologize to you if I come off a bit haughty or even braggadocious. It is truly not my intention. But you see, that without much tooling, training, or technology, I accomplished extraordinary things in my lifetime, much of which I'm sure you didn't know. Being born in 1731, black in America, didn't offer me much in the way of opportunity, despite being born free. So I educated myself with the help of my English-born grandmother in a local Quaker school. As a lad, I was curious about mathematics, so I taught myself algebra, and eventually calculus as well. When I looked to the sky and saw the celestial bodies, I marveled at them. So I charted and plotted every one daily, becoming an astronomer. Eventually, I would go on to correctly predict a solar eclipse. God providing all that we need in the form of plants and nourishment sprouting from the earth amazed me as well. So I took up farming, becoming a very prolific farmer, actually, designing an irrigation system that provided a proper amount of water to each plant. Oh, what a wonderful crop we brought in. At the age of 21, I constructed a clock completely out of wood, every nut, bolt, and gear. This clock would keep accurate time for 5 decades until it was eventually destroyed. My work as an astronomer led to me publishing the first of my 6 almanacs in 1792. And these almanacs contained astronomical calculations, weather predictions, political commentary, tide discovery, and also poetry. They were well received around the world and well read, gaining me a little bit of notoriety and some fame. I was a prolific surveyor as well, eventually being called to the District of Columbia to help in establishing the borders. Yes, I was instrumental in the development and growth of our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. My commentary with Thomas Jefferson is legendary, for it paved the way for future abolitionists such as Frederick Douglass. Now, Jefferson didn't agree with my point of view on slavery or human inequality in America, but he had to appreciate my writings after experiencing my almanacs. See, you can gain fans through the power of the pen when you tell your truth, as I did in those writings. Sadly, in 1806, during my funeral, my home was burned to the ground, along with many of my possessions, writings, inventions, and yes, that famous wooden clock. But you see, possessions can be destroyed, but legacies like mine live on forever. And I thank God, for I am Benjamin Banneker, America's first black scientist. But then again, what haven't I done? Thank you. Thank you, folks.
Oh, Cam, you were born for the stage, buddy. You were born for the stage, let me tell you.